Alright guys, today we're going to be doing a video on how to recaulk the seal between your coping and your deck, your pool deck. Whether it be pavers like this or concrete or whatever you have, there should always be an expansion joint here, and over time that goes bad. You might have Deco Seal, it's a different brand. I use this Sika self-leveling sealant. Alright, so we're just going to go through a few things now. And by the way, to go around this pool, took 11 of these, okay? These 10 plus half of another one that you can't see. So, buy a lot of them. They're about $16 each. Yeah, so this gap's got to be at least a ½ inch wide, at least a ½ inch deep. If you're going to caulk it properly with Sika Flex, which we'll get to. Some places where it was too tight. Like this plastic sheathing under there, it's a barrier. It was up too high, so we had to cut it. Now we have to cut one of these pavers because it's too close in certain areas, so we're going to cut that too. In some areas we got to cut the pavers because they were done uneven. When I got this done originally, when I got the new coping put in, they didn't cut it evenly, so we had to recut that with a saw blade. It's designed for cutting stone. You want to at least stick your finger there, maybe a ½ inch gap between there, and then also, like I said, a ½ inch down as well. Finished with all your prep. This is what I use. It's the Sika Flex sandstone. And you know, like it lasted like 5 years, so it's good stuff. And it's a lot easier to put down. It's self-leveling. The old caulk, it just pulls out. Like you make a slice, you start ripping it up, it comes right out. One piece. Oh, you know, you make several cuts, but it'll just, it's not like you got to keep picking at it. It comes out pretty easily. All right, so just show you how the gap should look. About a finger width, maybe a little bit wider, and also about a ½ inch down from the lowest point. If these are not equal, pick the lowest, whatever's lower, and then go down a ½ inch because it's self-leveling sealant. So you want to make sure it's gonna at least have a ½ inch depth, ½ inch to a ¼ inch. You know, something in between a ¼ inch and a ½ inch. All right. All right. So the job's all done. You can see the new. Okay, there's some spots like that, which, I mean, it's going to happen, right? It's self-leveling, so if you have any gaps, it's going to run a little bit, but, I mean, no one's staring at this. Plus, you know, it is what it is. It's, now that we went down a lot deeper than last time, you saw when I pulled off that piece and showed you what the old one looked like, that was only about a ¼ inch. This is at least a ½ inch, sometimes deeper. So this is going to be a lot thicker bond, and it's going to be better. So, yeah, looks good so far. I'm happy with it. And we'll see how it dries. But see that this part dipped. You have to be careful with this. If this happens, you can add more. That just means you know, there was too much of a gap under there, and it slowly sank in. So you're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to add more right there. I'm gonna do that right now before it gets too dry. All right. Anyway. I hope this helps someone if you're having a, you know, and this, the reason for this gap here is it serves as an expansion joint, because what will happen is if you don't have that, these pavers will, especially with the heavy cover, and I have the safety cover, so it's anchored back, you know, back here, so everything's pulling in this direction, right? So this pavers will push on the coping, the coping will push on the tiles, and you'll see coping break, tiles break, and it'll cost you a fortune to repair that. So you want to have a nice expansion joint here between your pavers and the coping. A lot of times I see pools with pavers right up against the coping, and you're just asking for trouble. So yeah, look into it. Hope this helps. Like, share, subscribe. See you on the next one.